blocks to show you for week 16. It's exciting. Hey, this is Carrie with Canary Quilts, and we are on week 16 of the Moda Midnight Moon Quilt Along, and we are doing the small corner triangle trimmings this week. And what they mean by that is not only are we doing these half triangle squares for the trim, but we're working with the small blocks that we used all along. We did 3 blocks, a small, medium, large, so we're going to be working with 6 of these small blocks this week. And I love how that looks. You used 2 different backgrounds in this one, and I used a polka dot and I used the grunge. Turned out really cool. I really like it. So I'm going to show you how to put together one of these, and the rest of the 5 are going to be exactly the same. Biggest decision you got to make is what backgrounds you're going to use, what colors you're going to use here for the triangles. I used the black and orange candy cane, and then which 6 blocks you're going to use down here. I just randomly pulled them out. I didn't discriminate. So, and the weird thing is when I set them down to put the backgrounds on, they were the same backgrounds. That is not something I planned, because this block had polka dot backgrounds and this block had the grunge backgrounds, but I don't expect it to be like that. You can do it like that. The other 6 blocks I have won't be like that. So it just happened to be the first 2 I did were like that. So if you're following along, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell down below. You'll get notified next week when we do more trims, and you'll get to see how this quilt turns out. And you'll get to see all the other stuff that I'm doing, like the the Boo Crew mystery quilt I'm doing back here. So that comes out on Tuesday. That's a free pattern. I have links to the fabrics down below. I have links to the pattern. This is not a kit. You can still get the fabrics. You can get the pattern. They're 2 separate things. And you can still catch up on all of this, this quilt along. So let's get started. Well, here we are on week 16 of our Moda Midnight Moon Quilt Along. And there's not much to show here. It just says finishing steps begins with our small corner triangles, which means we're going to be working with our small blocks that we made. And I will show you which ones are the small corner triangles. And it's this one right here we're going to be doing. We're going to do the finishing pieces to go around this small block. So to get started, we need to pick 2 of our background fabrics, and I chose the grunge and the polka dot. So each of my backgrounds here has both, each of my background cuts has both of those in it. All of these have 3 each. This one has 16 of each. And then you pick your 2 colors you want to use, and I chose the black and orange candy corn. And these each have 16 in them also. So we're gonna be starting with these half square triangles, putting those together, and then we'll build around those to fit around our small block. I haven't picked my small blocks out yet. I'll do that in the end. So the first thing you want to do is mark all your C pieces with a diagonal. So we've done this a lot so far. If you've been following along with me, we've done a lot of half square triangles. And basically take like 8 of each color. So there we go. And from here, I'll just kind of push these out of the way. I'm going to start with my orange. I'm going to take one of my background that has the diagonal on the back of it, one of my colors, layer them right sides together. So if you're new here, or you've been following along, to make a half square triangle, we're going to sew a 1/4 inch on each side of this line here, and then we're going to trim on the line, and we'll get 2 pieces where half is orange, half is white. So I'm going to get started on these, get them trimmed, and we're going to be ironing towards the orange and black. So let's get started sewing on these, and we'll come back, get them trimmed, and get them ironed. So I've sewn a 1/4 inch on each side of the line, And now I'm just going to trim right on that line, so we end up with 2 blocks. And I did the orange and the black pieces. So you'll do that to all of these pieces. But once you get them cut, then you want to come over here and we are going to iron them towards the orange and the black. So we end up with a little half square triangle. So you'll do that with all of these. Trim them up, iron them towards the dark fabric, and then trim them up to size. Okay, I got all my little half square triangles trimmed and ironed, or ironed and trimmed in that order. So now what we're going to do is start putting together our blocks, and we want to grab our A and B pieces, and it does not have to match your background. I guess mine do. I didn't realize that when I did it, but it doesn't have to match your background of your small block. They just need to match here. And I guess they don't even need to match there, but I think that's what they want you to do in the pattern. So we're going to take our B and we're going to line it up on the left hand side of our tiny little block, and we are going to sew it on, and we're going to iron towards the B strip. Okay, now we can add our A piece to the top of it. And we're going to iron, or we're going to sew this on, and we are going to iron this towards the A strip. Okay, there's the beginning of our blocks. Okay, I got my blocks done. I've got them ironed towards these strips here, and now we can put it together. We need to pull out our D and our E piece that matches the strips and the half square triangles. And then we're just going to take our pieces and line them up with the points going this way with every other color. And we're going to have 4 up here. Then we're going to have 1 in the corner. And then we're going to have 5 going down this side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to assemble this here, and we're going to assemble this here, and up here it's all going to get ironed this way, away from this strip. All of these are going to get ironed towards the half square triangle except for down here on the E. We're going to iron towards this square piece right here. So we're going to get these 2 pieces assembled. Okay, I've got my pieces put together, ironed in the direction that it says in the pattern. Last thing we're going to do is take this corner piece and we're actually going to put it onto this top row. So now we will take our short piece here, we're going to put it on the short side, on the left side. We're going to iron this, we're going to sew it, and we're going to iron towards this white strip. Now we're going to add our other half square triangle strip to the top, and it is going to get ironed towards this white strip here. Pretty easy to remember. Now we are going to add all our strips to the outside. So we got I is going to go here. G is going to go here. F is going on the bottom. And G, already did G. H. It's going on the top. We want to start with I and G, and then we'll add F and H, or F and H on at the end. So let's put these side pieces on, and we're going to iron towards, we're always going to iron towards these strips that we're going to be putting on. Wrong strip. I've ironed these towards the strips. So we've got our thinner H up here and our thicker F down here. So we will add these to this side, and then we are going to iron these towards the strip we're sewing on also. And that's all there is to adding these trims on. So it's not too difficult. Alright, we got it done. Look at that, it's so cute. I love how when we're ironing away from this section and from our block that it really kind of sets those sections apart from the background. It looks really neat. I really like it. So that's how you do one. Biggest thing is probably, if you want, you don't have to, but keep your background pieces all the same for each block that you're working on. Make sure you have all your points going the same way, and that they're alternating. So it's really not too hard of a block to put together. Probably took more cutting than anything. So the only thing is we got 5 more of these to do. So I'm gonna get started, and I'll show you what at least 2 of these look like when I'm done. There we go, there's 2 of them done, 1 with each background. That's why I did 2. All 6 are going to be exactly the same as this. These are the other small blocks I picked out. I just randomly chose them out of my stash of blocks. So I'm going to get the next 6 done, and then we're on to the next week. So if you're following, oh, excuse me, I got a kitty. Oh, excuse me, Snippers. So if you're doing this quilt, let me know down below. Let me know how it's going for you. How far are you? Are you this far yet or not? I would assume you are if you're watching this, but let me know if you have any other Halloween quilts you're working on, or if you know of any other quilt-alongs for Halloween, because I'd love to know. I love doing these. I look for them, but I know they're out there and I can't find them, so let me know in the comments. Head over to my Facebook page, and on this post leave a picture of your squares so I can see them. I would love to see them. But anyway, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll get notified next week when we do some more of our small block trimmings. So there you go. We'll see you next week.